My fellow followers on YouTube, this is former plush tuber and YouTube creator Catropolis, and I have a difficult announcement that I do want to share with you all. As of Thursday, December 4th of 2025, I have made my decision to replace my Candlehead plush doll that I've had for almost 7 years because, well, over a week ago, the night before Thanksgiving, I borrowed my mother's tweezers to attempt to remove a little splinter that was deeply stuck inside her face, and I accidentally ripped a tear on her face, and I just feel so bad for what I did. I shouldn't have done that. Could have handled things differently. Well, after my sister and I attempted to fix the facial tear, it started getting bigger and becoming more noticeable. So the reason that I am replacing her is not only because of that, is because my sister has a very tight work schedule, and I don't want to create such a burden on her shoulders on having to keep coming over and fix the same hole on her face over and over and over again. So already have a replacement ordered and should be on her way right now. So when my replacement Candlehead arrives, then my sister I have taken her offer to rehome my old doll, and don't worry, I will still have a Candlehead. It'll just be a different doll. The almost 7 years of good memories I've made with my old Candlehead doll will be carried over with my new doll. The doll is replaceable. I was more worried about losing her personality traits that she was given. She will still dislike being called a halitosis cupcake, which was actually made up by myself during the pandemic era when I was creating a lot of these Sugar Rush plush videos for my fellow audience to watch and all. What really matters me the most is that the old Candlehead will still have a loving, caring owner, and she won't be stored away. So, still try to fix the hole on my old doll's face one more time, and then when my new doll comes, the old doll will be rehomed somewhere safe where she won't get damaged any further. She'll be displayed with other stuffed toys that my sister has displayed at her place. Like I said, I'm not without Candlehead. It's just I'll have a different copy of her doll. That's what I'm saying. It'll be a new copy that's free from any damage, and I've learned a very valuable lesson that I will never make again. I will never, ever use tweezers to remove difficult to remove little tiny splinters off my doll's faces. I'm not going to do that again. I'm gonna, if that ever happens where I have to remove something off my doll's face that I couldn't with my bare fingers, I will not hesitate to ask for my family's help, especially my sister, who is really good at repairing and fixing dolls. So the way I see it is that no matter which Candlehead doll I have, she will still carry the same history and personality traits that I've given to her character. And no matter which Candlehead doll, and no matter wherever they are, all Candlehead dolls featuring the character Candlehead, no matter what, still will not like being name called a halitosis cupcake by the Super Mario enemies and Squidward and other antagonistic characters. That's what I like about Candlehead, is the personality traits that I've given her to the character, despite what she was originally given by the Walt Disney people who made Wreck-It Ralph, where she came from. But it's a difficult, not easy to make decision, having to rehome an old, partially damaged toy that I felt like I can't just bear with because it just makes me feel guilty. But it is definitely a good reminder. Please be very gentle with your stuffed toys. And no matter how much you try taking good care of your dolls, just please be very careful. And if something goes wrong, don't hesitate to reach out for help. And remember, if you need to replace a doll that you've been attached to or loved for a long time, it's not easy to make a decision like this, but if that ever happens to you, it's okay, because yeah, toys are mostly replaceable. There are some that are very rare and hard to find or impossible to replace, but most of all, they are replaceable. I mean, the Sugar Rush plushies in general were mass-produced when Wreck-It Ralph first came out, so there's still a lot of each of the 10 racers out there who are likely available should you have to replace one of them. But anyways, my new Candlehead's supposed to arrive by the end of this next week. May come sooner, but I'll be really happy to have Candlehead back, but just a different doll. But the old Candlehead will still have an owner who's looking out for her, and she won't be stored away alone. So that's what matters to me the most. So that's the utmost important to consider. So anyways, it's something I could have avoided in the first place. It was my fault. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have used tweezers to on a doll. Not going to do that again. I've learned this pretty much the hard way. This doesn't happen very often. It just happened that way, that I could have prevented in the first place. So just gonna have to forgive myself and accept that I'll have the new doll, my sister will have the old one, we'll both have a Candlehead, and the character herself is still there. That's all I have to say. Thank you.